Good evening and welcome to NewsWatch Ole Miss. We're so happy to be kicking off your evening. I'm Hallie Reeves.
And I'm Mary Martin Booker.
Starting off tonight with state news. Today, a $200 million budget was approved by lawmakers to increase the Medicaid budget for the upcoming year. State legislators have also taken measures to give the agency a $35 million deficit to cover a shortfall for the current year. What this means is the state legislators are providing emergency funding to Medicaid because the agency has already spent or is projected to spend more money than it was originally supposed to. The increased in-state spending for Medicaid has squeezed other parts of the budget as well. This includes pay raise for teachers. We will keep you updated as we learn more information on the effects of the budget change.
Lawmakers have sent a bill to Governor Tate Reeves to reform Mississippi's opioid settlement laws. The Senate bill would change how the state spends hundreds of millions of dollars won in lawsuits against companies accused of contributing to the opioid epidemic. The legislature is expected to control at least $357 million from the lawsuits through 2040. A law was passed last year to set up an advisory council independent of the legislature to help oversee the funds. The bill would also give lawmakers more power over opioid settlement funding, expanding the legislature's role from only approving or rejecting applications to allowing the House and Senate to amend recommended funding amounts.
Now, switching gears, I know we always say the weather is weird, it's either hot or cold, but today it was gray.
It was really strange. I was kind of cold in the morning, it was really humid, and then I was really hot in the afternoon.
Well, let's send it over to Erica to see what our current conditions are outside.
Thanks, guys. Right now in Oxford, it is 81 degrees and a little bit cloudy with the sun trying to peek through, as you can see behind me. It'll dip down a little bit cooler tonight, but I'll have more for you later in the show. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Erica. This warmer weather has me thinking all about spring fashion.
Me too, and lucky for us, no one knows fashion better than the UM Fashion Panel. NewsWatch reporter Addie Smith took a close look at the student organization.
The University of Mississippi Fashion Panel is a student-ran organization that provides a creative outlet for students and their passion for fashion. From all things fashion, media, and branding, the panel works to host things like fashion shows, using personal creativity that showcases the style of students here at Ole Miss. The panel was founded in 2024 by founders Amelia Sweeney and Gracie Brooke, who currently serve as president and vice president of the panel.
I've always had a passion for fashion, and coming to Ole Miss, the one thing that we didn't have was fashion. And so I was like, okay, we have to do something about this. And I took my IMC 205 class with Mark Dolan. I don't know if you know him, he's wonderful. One of my favorite professors, but he had mentioned how the school needs a fashion show, how we don't really have much fashion here. And so I emailed him after class and I was like, hey, is this a thing? And if it's not a thing, can we make it a thing? And he was like, yeah, of course.
The panel has an entire executive board with a wide range of leadership positions, offering students many opportunities to get involved. They host shoots all over Oxford, in places like Sardis, the Square, local gyms, dance studios, and wherever their imagination leads them. This organization lets their creativity fly and looks fashionable doing so.
I was always, I've always loved fashion, like I said. When I was a kid, that was definitely, where I relied a lot of my identity, even subconsciously. The way I dress is, honestly the way I feel most of the time, which is why I'm always, pretty put together.
Fashion Panel started with a simple thought by two college students who wanted to grow fashion on campus to more than just an Instagram post or story, and it has now grown to approximately 90 members, with about 250 more members who are interested in the organization itself. This sets an amazing example for students all over campus that sky's the limit and urges them to get involved with an organizations on campus.
I think that it just has to do with finding your niche. We have so many different positions in Fashion Panel, and it's about finding your own thing, because style is honestly all about you.
Reporting for NewsWatch Ole Miss, I'm Addie Smith.
Happening in Oxford, a record number of scouts attended the Ole Miss Merit Badge College. The Merit Badge College is a one-day learning event covering subjects from aviation and climbing to chemistry and cybersecurity. The event drew over 244 registered scouts and scout leaders across the South. This year's Merit Badge College represented the successful coming together of scouting and the university for a fun day of learning. Professors from Ole Miss Chemistry and Biochemistry taught the Chemistry Merit Badge, and Emmy winner Tupelo meteorologist and Ole Miss alum Matt LaPlante taught the Weather Badge. What a fun day of learning and bringing over 244 scouts together.
In more Ole Miss news, the Bauer Foundation has made its largest single gift in history, donating $10 million to It's About Time, the campaign for the UMMC Cancer Center and Research Institute. The campaign aims to build a new 5-story home for the Cancer Center and Research Institute in order to combine cancer care with comfort for patients. The Bauer Foundation has given more than $20 million to the UMMC over the past 2.5 decades. Leaders in the Cancer Center and Research Institute are hopeful that the impact of this gift will improve cancer outcomes in the state.
Now, the tulips are being planted, so we know springtime is in bloom in Oxford.
Literally. NewsWatch reporter Sejal Tanksley dug up the details on the Oxford Garden Club's latest event.
For the first time in 10 years, the Oxford Garden Club hosted its annual flower show. The competition took place in the Oxford Comfort Center, showcasing the creativity and efforts of the nominated contestants.
They really wanted to do it this year, and since we haven't done it, most of us haven't, we decided to do it, and so it's been really fun. It's been really great. We've learned a lot, that's for sure.
Divisions 1, Design, and Division 2, Education, were the main categories for entries, with their own sections and classes. Exhibits ranged from intricate pieces representing our very own Oxford, while others focused on specific themes such as Sights to See, Savor Every Bite, and the Power of Pollinators.
The community of Oxford is wonderful. I look around this room and have seen so many people here today that I know. It is a gathering, and it is a happy gathering. It's wonderful to see the awards, but the people who really have benefited the most is us.
Inspire different creativity for each person. So we have different categories and unique, like, the miniature floral arrangements. So really just inspire, educate, make you want to think outside the box.
The Oxford Garden Club will be hosting more events in the future, such as their 6th annual butterfly release. This is Sejal Tanksley reporting for NewsWatch Ole Miss.
I mean, there were so many exotic plants, and we have so many plants being done in Oxford.
Yes, definitely. I mean, and our flowers this week are going to get watered, let me tell you.
Oof, they are so beautiful, and I'm so excited for these April showers to bring more May flowers.
Yes, well, I will have more on our weather forecast after the break.
You told me not to talk to strangers. You told me not to cross the street without looking both ways.
You told me not to touch the stove.
You told me not to do drugs.
You told me not to drink and drive.
You gave me so many messages about how to stay safe. Why didn't you keep me safe by properly storing your gun?
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills.
Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Learn to cough and sneeze with your pal Grover. Step 1. Realize you're about to sneeze. Step 2. Move your elbow toward your nose and mouth. Step 3. Gesundheit. 1, 2, 3. Remember to cough and sneeze into your arm or elbow and not your hands.
Right! Go! Bro, but you're not even gonna do anything! Yes, I was! Yes, no!
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. Right now in Oxford, it is 81 degrees, mostly sunny, a little bit of cloud coverage with the sun trying to peek through. South winds at about 22 miles per hour, but these are just some gusts, so we don't have to worry about it being too constant. Precipitation at 0%, so you don't have to worry about any rain. And today's temperature around northern Mississippi, Corinth, Tupelo, and Holly Springs all at 77, and then South Haven at 78, and Oxford at the high in the area for 81 degrees. It was so beautiful today, a little bit chillier in the morning, but luckily we got that sun this afternoon. And tonight's forecast, it is going to dip down all the way about 20 degrees to 63 degrees. Mostly cloudy, a little bit less windy tonight than it is currently here in Oxford. Winds at about 5 miles per hour, so it should be a great night if you were looking to get out and do something fun. And as you can see here, there is a little bit of precipitation south of Oxford that is coming nowhere near us, so we don't have to worry too much. And tomorrow's forecast, 85 degrees. However, there is a chance of thunderstorms later into the day. South 5 to 10 mile per hour winds, but that chance of precipitation is at about 20%. I think that it will most likely be a washout, though, looking at the trends that we have coming for later in the week. And tomorrow's temperatures, 83 in Corinth and Tupelo, again, similar like they were today. Holly Springs at 84, and then South Haven and Oxford, both at 85. It's nice that Oxford's been the high in the region lately, so we can get all that warmth. And for our weekly forecast, Wednesday, like I said, 85 degrees, 64 at night, rain, and if you can't see, it is going to be raining pretty much all week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, high 70s and high 80s, but unfortunately, I think that rain might be taking over our happy mood from the warmer weather.
I was going to say before looking at that weather lineup that, this nice weather makes me want a hot dog, a baseball game, but clearly we're getting those April showers.
We are.
Well, what's going on in sports?
Well, coming up in sports, awards are on the rise. Golf is seeking some hardware, and March Madness is closing out. This and more when we get back from this short break.
There's an epidemic spreading. Scientists say it can change your brain. It can release dangerous chemicals like formaldehyde into your bloodstream. It can expose your lungs to acrolein, which can cause irreversible damage. It's not a parasite, not a virus, not an infection. It's vaping.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Each year, hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Disaster tips from the objects left behind.
My home wasn't insured, but you can check your insurance policy now to make sure you're covered. Oh.
My savings are lost, but you can put money aside and plan for unexpected disaster costs.
We're lost forever, but you can scan important documents now so they survive.
For more tips on how to prepare, visit ready.gov.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I am Haley Hood with sports. Just because the Rebels had a hard weekend does not mean they did not play their hardest for Game 3. Juliana Shoemaker has all of the hits.
The Ole Miss Rebels battled against the Mississippi State Bulldogs Sunday, March 29th. after getting defeated in games 1 and 2 of the weekend series against the number 4 ranked team in the SEC. The game started off by sophomore pitcher Cade Townsend making his first appearance in 15 days due to a shoulder injury. After coming back this weekend, he only allowed 1 hit, a double in the second, and struck out 6 in Sunday's game. Sophomore Colin Reuter came back on the plate and hit an RBI single straight into the infield, which scored Utermark in the first inning. In the middle innings, the Mississippi State Bulldogs came out with more power as Jacob Parker, true freshman, and Andrew Raymond, sophomore, hit 2 bombs to make the score 5-1. Walker Hooks, left-handed pitcher, key point in the bullpen, was next